Hello everybody, this is Anthony Rocco from Appliance Buyer's Guide. I would like to talk a little bit today about single ovens, and specifically this particular single oven right here. This is the Bertazzoni Professional Series single oven. It's known as the XT series, the top of the line series, and this single oven is pretty remarkable. It's one of our favorites right now in the kind of, sub and below $3,000 range. And at that price point, you've got KitchenAid, you've got Electrolux, you've got Genair, you've got Bosch, you've got a lot of different brands out there. But for the price that Bertazzoni's pulling this in at, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is right around $27.99, you've got a pretty remarkable oven. And that's what I wanted to show you today. This one is live in our store, so it worked out to be a really good one. So the first thing you'll notice on these Bertazzoni top line ovens is they have this beautiful color screen, LCD screen that's touch control. And just from the start, you can go ahead and set yourself an alarm if you want to without even setting on the oven, or you can edit your settings. And you've got a lot of functionality within this oven. You can change the language. They have a couple different languages you can put it into, pretty much European languages, English, Spanish, Italian, German, I think. I'm not sure if there's much more. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, we got Italian. We've got, let's try that again, French, Spanish, Dutch. That's it. So we'll set it to English. There's an eco mode. There is, you can change the audio level so it's not as loud or it's a little bit softer. Here's the big one. You can change it from imperial to metric. That means we can put this oven in Celsius. Big deal for especially people that have or come from Europe or have homes in Europe, and they've just grown up cooking with Celsius as the temperature. So that really helps them out big time. How the oven operates just kind of on its own is you've got this knob over here, which once you switch is going to switch the different baking modes that the oven can do, and there's quite a few of them. You'll see defrost, there's even a dehydrate mode, there should be a proofing mode, warming if you just want to use it to warm food, and then convection broil, and then straight up broil, and then right to self-cleaning. Now, big thing this oven has that a lot of other ovens well, pretty much no oven that I know of in its price range has, is the cooking assistant mode, which is this mode right here. This mode is huge, okay, because this mode, basically you can actually tell the oven what it is you're cooking, whether it's, let's say we're going to roast a chicken, and we can either choose to slow cook it or to do traditional roast. So we'll roast a chicken. You tell it what size range it's in. Let's say it's 3-pound, 4-pound chicken. And then this is going to basically where you're going to set what internal temperature you'd like it to stop cooking at. And it gives you a minimum and it gives you a maximum. Basically the minimum is what they think is safe. The minimum internal temperature they think is safe to eat, and the maximum is where they think it's probably going to start then after this point getting overcooked. So let's set it somewhere right in the center, right around like 194, 193, and check your recipe and learn a little bit more about your food and how to cook them. But if you set it right in the center, you should be good. Once you do this, you open up your oven and you're just going to plug in your temperature probe right here. That's a little plug for the temperature probe. I'm not sure where ours is right now. It must be in the cabinet. And this, let's take a look here and see if my temperature probe is down here. It is not, but anyways, you plug that temperature probe right into your food and leave it, and the oven is going to set the temperature. It's going to set the cook time, and as soon as it gets to that internal temperature, it's going to shut off and beep and let you know that it's time to take a look at your food and pull it out. It's a great system. It's got it not just for meats, but it does it for all kinds of baking elements, whether it's cakes. Let's take a look at some of the other options it has. It has quite a few. There's cakes, there is meats, poultry, even pizza. Obviously you're not going to use the temperature for that. Fish, temperature probe for that. You can bake breads, pastas, and it gives you a lot of options. Vegetables, let's see what vegetables. What are we going to grill the vegetables, saute them, and for like a stew, or do like roasted potatoes. That's a smart one. So there's a lot of kind of built-in recipes in this oven that really kind of mimics Wolf's M-class oven and Miele's M chefs, Master Chef series ovens, where they basically have pre-done cooking recipes for the oven that's kind of a set it and forget it type thing. The oven itself is extremely well built. It's really good build quality on these, especially at the price range. It's going to come with a single glide out rack, which is totally movable. You can switch and put it on the bottom if you want, or you can put it up top if you'd prefer that. You can see on the inside here, there's 2 dual large convection fans. A really nice setup inside here, and there's your infrared boiler up there. The ovens, there's just no plastic, there's not even any just raw steel. It's all 304 stainless everywhere. There's not a single stitch on here that isn't really nicely welded and bent. There's no sharp edges. On the outside, it's been coated with kind of, it does have a little shiny appearance because of the coating, but I mean, look at it. It doesn't get fingerprints. Normal 304 stainless would immediately show fingerprints. This does not at all. It's a really great oven. On normal, we'll cancel out of here and just go to a normal mode. So now on your normal baking modes, let's say you're going to do convection bake. To do your temperature, you just come over here and you turn this knob to pick the temperature that you're going to be picking. So let's say we want it to be 325. We'll set it right at 325, and it'll immediately fire up. And this is just like a manual cooking mode, like a normal oven would use. You can go ahead and use the temperature probe manually and tell it what temperature you'd like it to stop cooking at. So you can set all of this manually if you want. You can set your timer there, you know, if you want to have a certain time or a delay start, but let's go ahead and just set our alarm. So let's say we're going to cook cookies, you know, and we know our cookies are going to be done in 12 minutes at 325 on convection. Set it to 12, and there you go. And in the bottom corner, you'll see it running. So it's a great, I mean, there's your 12-minute timer that's running right now, counting down. It is a really impressive oven for the money. We'll go ahead and shut it off. But I just wanted to show this to you guys. You know, when you compare it to some of the ovens that do have these feature sets, you're talking about the top of the line Miele, you're talking about the top of the line Wolf, both of which are pushing, well, you know, 5,000 above. And so at $27.99, this is a pretty great value, and that's one of the reasons why we like it a lot. And the other cool thing they've got going right now, Bertazzoni, is here's the range on the left. If you buy either a range or you buy an oven and a cooktop, they will give you a hood for free. They have, I'm not sure if this is one of the free ones, but they do have like 5 or 6 different style hoods that are free that they'll give you. And then there's some nicer ones, which this may be one of the nicer ones that they'll give you for half off. So it's actually a really killer deal. You know, the hood, as you guys know, hoods are real expensive. It can be real expensive. So good thing to know about. Bertazzoni Professional Series electric oven.